Hey guys, welcome to Home Sweet Homeschool. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and I'm a homeschooling mom to one. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how I start preparing to purchase curriculum for the next school year. Now this video is going to be a part of like a little short 3-part series of how I get myself ready to purchase curriculum for the next school year. So right now we're in my son's end of his 9th grade year. We'll be heading into 10th grade. So if you have a high schooler or you will have one in the future, this may be something that you want to watch. Now, I probably am not going to talk about anything mind-blowing or something you don't already know, but I did want to share my process. My first step and what this video is going to be about is reflection. You do not have to wait till the end of your homeschool year to reflect. And so I do want to talk about how reflection can be done at any time during your homeschool year, and it's important. It's important to take a step back and kind of see where you are, how it's going, kind of get a feel for how your kids are feeling about everything. So you don't have to wait till the end of the year. Now, the end of the year is a great time to reflect, and we are going to talk about that. But I want you to at least, when you start to homeschool, at least monthly, kind of do a check-in. At the end of the month, you can make notes in your planner. I was going to show you in my School Nest planner, there is a spot for like weekly reflections. And I know in most planners, even if it doesn't say weekly reflections, there are going to be some blank pages in most planners that you could just spend a little bit of time going through each of your kids' things or your family subjects, whatever it is, and just writing a little reflection on how things are going. You could even do it weekly so that you don't have a ton to do at the end of the month. When you notice something, whether it be good or not so good, you can make a note of it so you know, hey, I need to change things up. I need to keep an eye on that. This is totally not working, or hey, this is working great for this kid. This may be something we want to consider to use in the future. So doing those check-ins are so important throughout the year, reflecting anytime that you can. If weekly is just too much and monthly is too much, you could even do it at the end of every quarter, or you could do it at the end of first semester and then at the end of the year. But the point is that reflection is important. You can't grow or get better or see that things are going well if you do not sit and think about it. So that is one of my steps. Now, I'm not always doing it on a weekly basis. If I do notice something, if something is becoming a problem, or I'm noticing something my son really does like, yeah, I'll make a note of it in my planner. It might just be on the day that I notice it. I don't write up some huge paragraph about it or anything like that. I may note it in my planner. I also have a notebook that I like to keep up. This is like all of his high school things that I like to keep up with. And so when I notice things, they go straight into here, because if I don't write it down or put it in my phone, I will completely lose it and I won't remember it. So a good part of reflection is to either talk about it with somebody or to write it down somewhere that you're going to remember where you wrote it. That's important too. So having it all stay in your planner or all stay in a notebook is a great thing to do. So when I start this reflection at the end of the year, which is what we're coming up on before I buy curriculum for next year, I'm going to make sure I have my notebook handy and my planner that I've written all these notes on throughout the year so that I can do this end of the school year reflection. Let me show you what I'm using for the end of the year. Now, this is a printout from Jen, my friend here on YouTube, and she's also in my homeschool community at Made to Homeschool, and that's where this printout is from. This is a great evaluation, and it says, let's be honest. I love that. So I print one for me and one for my son because I think it is so valuable that your kids learn how to reflect too. And I think it's also very valuable to listen to what your kids have to say. Kids are very opinionated and they have some really good opinions and they think about things a little bit differently than we may. And so I love to hear what my son thinks about the things that we use. I value his input and I want to know what he's thinking. So I got this in the resources on Made to Homeschool. Now this is not about Made to Homeschool, but if you do want to learn more about it, the link is always in the description box. You can go there, get a feel for it. It just got remade, like a cute new look. So definitely go check it out. There's 3 tier options for you to be a member, and so it's just more available, I feel like, now, with some great options. And within that community there are so many valuable things, and one of those things are these articles and printables and videos. So this is her end of the year evaluation sheet. And so I will fill out one and my son will fill out one. Now this is something that we're already working on. I don't expect him to do it in a day. And if you're really going to reflect, it does take some time. The one I'm showing you is blank because I didn't want to show you my son's information. But what I love about it is she does have it separated by category. She's got Bible, math, and science, and writing, literature, grammar, spelling, and vocabulary. I think she has just about everything covered here. The next page is art, music, foreign language, elective, and geography, history, and then my wish list. Now, under each of those things, now, do you need this printable to do this? Absolutely not. You could make your own on a piece of notebook paper. You could write in a spiral notebook. You could do it on Google Sheets if that's your thing. The point is just to reflect. So under each of these categories, if you're thinking of making your own page here for you to do, you've got like Bible, then she has current curriculum. So what are we currently using? What are the pros and cons? And you may want more room for this. That's why I say doing it in a spiral notebook or in a spreadsheet may be better for you. But pros and cons of what you're using and what you would like next year. Now, for us, just for instance, we use Not Consume for our Bible studies, and I absolutely love it. I love that the lessons are very short. We can do them in no time at all, but they have so much meaning. They get us in the Bible. They get my son very familiar with looking up verses. I love them. They're also very affordable. So that's what I would like to use next year. But I get my son to fill it out and we'll see what he says. And we go through and we do that for each of these. And that way we can sit down and we have something to look at. And that way our thoughts are not just all over the place. We've put everything down here. And we may not have thought of something that our kids thought of. And what I really like about this last one is the wish list. So routine and schedule. You know, how would you like to see that change? What worked for you for this routine? Was it a good routine? Is there something you want to change about the days of the week that we do school on? How about electives? What would you like to see elective-wise? And extracurriculars. Do you want to join that co-op? Do you want to participate in a sport? You could even put things like field trips. Maybe you had a year where you didn't take a lot of field trips, and so that's on your wish list for next year. And you could even be more specific, like, hey, I really like when we went to this place. Would you like to go to more places like whatever it was? It's just really a time to say, these are all, you know, it's not to dog your year and to make your year sound terrible, but it really is to just give you that space and that time to think, what did go very well? You know, this has been a great year. These are all the great things that happened. Why was it such a great year? And you can figure that out by dissecting how your year went and the good things that you did. Or if you're having a year that's like, oh my goodness, this was like a wash, you know, because sometimes years are like that. Sometimes months are like that. And so to take that time and reflect, what was wrong? What went wrong that it made our year like that? Like, what was it? Was it a certain curriculum we were using? Did we try to change up our schedule and that's what fell apart? Was this just not a field trip that was good for anybody? You know, it's just really good to reflect. So this is my first step. I hope that you are reflecting because I know it is time to start purchasing curriculum. I am going to link a video I made not too long ago that I want you to watch before you purchase curriculum, but please do this reflection process before you make any plans for the next school year. It will make such a big difference. Also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because the next two videos are going to be my next two steps in the process that I take before I purchase curriculum. And then after those two videos at the end of April, I think it's the last 2 weeks in April, that's when I start telling you what curriculum I'm going to be using for the 2024-2025 school year. So my son will be in 10th grade, so if that's something that interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions about anything that I shared today, if you have a really awesome printable that allows you to reflect and you want to share it, share that link down in the comments so that other parents who are looking for a reflection piece can find it. We want to help you out. That's what we're here for. That's why I'm here, to share and to talk and to help you out. So if you have a printable you like to use or a spreadsheet template you like to use that lets you reflect on your year, share it down in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching.